Hey there, it's Trish Thompson, and welcome to my jungle, parenting kids with learning differences. This is a jungle I've lived in for 17 years. I have two kids that have learning differences and one that is fairly neurotypical, and I've been a school psychologist for 20 years. So I have a lot of professional knowledge about it, and then there are ways that all of my professional knowledge just did not prepare me to parent through it myself. That's what this channel is about. And so today I'm going to talk about something that I see a lot and even happens in our own home, and even I still mess it up sometimes. It's a really hard thing to master, and that is setting limits without getting personal, without shaming, without using emotion and being mad. And the reason we want to avoid mixing those two things up is that it's less effective, number one. It creates defensiveness from your child because anyone that feels under attack or shamed fights back at some point. So that creates a lot of conflict, and it also erodes the very thing most parents say to me they are concerned about and want to help, which is they want their child to feel confident in themselves despite some of the struggles that they've had. And when we mix up anger and disappointment and frustration in our limit setting, it's just like a wave taking out sand from underneath their feet. And so we may end up even getting what we want in the end, because most of the time our kids want to make us happy and they don't want to disappoint us. The difficulty is sometimes kids with learning differences, even if they don't want to disappoint you, don't have the skill set with which to not be disappointing sometimes, to not frustrate you, to not make you question what on earth were they thinking. And so it's really easy for us to be triggered and emotional about that and angry and frustrated. To get really, really good, we want to use two of our superpowers, which is distance and detachment. So you want to set the limit and then discontinue the conversation. If you're explaining it, you're justifying it, you're lecturing, you're angry, we are too close, we don't have enough distance, and we are too entrenched, we're not detached emotionally. And so then shame and disappointment get all wrapped around that limit. Much more effective way to set limits is to do it without all of that emotional stuff. So if you can get distance and detachment and stay on your message, which is, I love you, I get that this is super hard, and it's my job to ensure that this house runs smoothly. So I'm going to make sure that you're up on time in the morning, and that's why I'm going to help you with this alarm. Whatever it is, you need to be up on time. You need to be at your Zoom call on time. Your room needs to be clean on Friday afternoons. You need to use appropriate language. Whatever those limits are, I expect you to turn your work in, right? I know that you hate your Zoom call. It's still part of the school day and you've got to be on it. So it's limit setting without emotional engagement, without frustration, without anger, without shame. If we can learn to untangle those two things, we're doing ourselves and our kids a huge favor. And that's one of the things that I coach on and work on with people. And one of the things, honestly, I have to work on a lot myself. So there is necessarily no arriving where you're just like 100% good at that. But the awareness is what really allows us to start down a path where we can do that. And that's the first step. So I wanted to share that with you today. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share this video. Subscribe to my channel and be part of this community, because heck, I know the worst thing about parenting kids with learning differences is when you feel like you're messing it up and you're all alone. And you're not. So join us and keep watching. Have a great weekend. Bye.